So today, they reported 35 billion in one quarter, which is 3 months. They had a total of 27 billion over 12 months last year.
Right.
So that means in 3 months, they exceeded their entire 2023 earnings by $8 billion. I'm not sure there's a stock in the history of the exchange that has driven that much in billions in revenue, while also achieving 50% margins. So if you do the math on that, 35 a quarter, they're already at a 140 clip in terms of revenue. And in order to achieve the prediction of 800 by 2030, they need to be at 600 billion in revenue. So we're right on target. Because people talk about, is AI have a value?
The market is shifting its perspective on rate cuts, viewing fewer cuts in 2025 as more favorable to sustain a dovish cycle. Nvidia's stellar performance solidifies its position as a leader in AI, with $35 billion in quarterly revenue surpassing 2023's total earnings and maintaining 50% margins. This puts it on track for $600 billion in revenue by 2030, supporting predictions of an $800 stock price. Nvidia's dominance in generative AI, with a 95% market share, is bolstered by innovations like the Blackwell chip, expected to deliver significant performance gains despite some manufacturing delays. Customers seek alternatives for cost efficiency, but Nvidia remains the leader, driven by demand for its cutting-edge technology. Amid potential market volatility and spending cuts, Nvidia's advancements and ability to meet growing AI demand position it for sustained growth. Its strong partnerships and technological edge ensure it will remain a pivotal player in the evolving tech landscape.
I think there's a conceptual change that the market has to get used to, which is, let's say earlier this year when the Fed started cutting, people thought, oh, 5 cuts is good for stocks in 2025. So if the number gets reduced, it's bearish. I think as we get into 2025, the market's going to shift to thinking the fewest cuts possible next year is the best case because it elongates the dovish cycle. So I think we have to flip the script, but it's going to take some time.
I believe Nvidia will hit 800 by 2030. I look at things from a long-term perspective and from a technology perspective. But just based on the numbers that were released today, solidify that view. And I'll give you an example, and I think it's important to I'll talk about the numbers once, and then we'll move on to how the technology drives the numbers.
So many people that we talk to say buy any dips on Nvidia. I was taking a look, 91% of analysts have a buy rating on it still, despite this impressive run higher, and median price target 12 months, but 175. So just throwing that out there, Don. I know that these are trades, though. Just want to give you final thoughts, Don. You talked about some potential volatility over the next few weeks heading into year end, that Santa Claus has come and gone. But when you think about 2025, where do you see this market going?
Yeah, the first thing I want to address there is 91% of analysts. When you have that many analysts on one side of a particular trade, I'll take the other side all day long over there. Into 2025, one of the first things that you want to look for, again, is volatility actually picking up. That's one of the concerns. I mean, one of the things that people have really pushed aside, I recognize there's a new administration coming in, but we could be looking at spending cuts, federal government spending cuts, amounting to what, 1.5, maybe $2 trillion. I mean, that's ultimately what, Elon and Vivek are actually looking at right now. And I don't think that markets are actually pricing that in at this point in time. It's a huge consideration moving forward. We're talking trillions of dollars of cuts, and that is literally bottom line into the GDP. Look for volatility to really pick up, and we start hearing more about some of the cost cutting.
Can you talk to us a little bit, compare and contrast here? This is about less dependency on Nvidia GPUs to many ways, doing an alternative for your clients. What sort of cost saving will clients get? What sort of energy and efficiency will they get?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think we like to think of it as a supplement to NVIDIA GPUs. NVIDIA has a fantastic product. That team has done an outstanding job executing, and we think that the vast majority of workloads are going to continue to run in NVIDIA processors for a long time. But customers want choice, and they want choice that can give them some lower cost options. And we think that for certain workloads, for many workloads, Trainium 2 can give customers 30 to 40% cost performance benefits over today's GPU powered instances. And so we think that that's a huge win for customers, particularly as they're looking to lower the cost of generative AI workloads. but we'll be great partners with NVIDIA and continue to lean in on building great technologies together with them for a long time.
Trainium 2 available, Trainium 3 in the works, and all of this is, as NVIDIA at the moment, it's estimated, has about 95% market share. Do you agree with that sort of number they have, and what sort of area do you think that will come down to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably higher than that. I think that the vast majority of workloads in generative AI today run on NVIDIA technology, and they've absolutely been the leaders in that space. But we do think we hear from customers that they want choice. And just with our processors, where we're tight partners with Intel and with AMD, but we decided to go build a general purpose processor called Graviton, and it's been hugely successful with our customers. But we also provide lots of Intel and lots of AMD processors in our cloud today, and those businesses continue to grow. So I expect that our usage of NVIDIA will continue to grow from our customers, and that choice is really going to be powerful. And as you see this explosion of generative AI usage, I think there's going to be plenty of business for multiple different people to be successful.
A key partner is Intel. How concerned have you been about the change at the top?
Oh, it's okay. I wish Pat the best. I know Pat, and he's been a good partner of ours. But we've been partners with Intel for a long time. It's been 18 years since we launched our first Intel instance when AWS and EC2 first launched, and we'll continue to be great partners with Intel, and they have a great technology team there. And we look forward to continuing to roll out the latest technologies from Intel for our customers to be able to use.
And you've been continuing to roll out, as you say, NVIDIA offerings. Last time you were on, we were talking about Blackwell, of course. Many have been frustrated, perhaps by some slowness to market there. When do you anticipate that Blackwell will be unfolding, and how difficult has it been to ensure the supply side is there?
Well, they've obviously had some manufacturing things that they're going through, but we're very excited about it. I think the early returns and the early looks at Blackwell look fantastic. We expect almost a 2.5 times gain in the compute power that you get from Blackwell that we saw from H100s. And so I think it'll be a really material jump for customers once we get those out. And I think those will be early next year, and we're excited about putting them in customers' hands, and we'll get them out there as soon as they're available.
And I've never talked about this on the show, but I actually built the market surveillance system that drives the NASDAQ market, catches people for insider trading, trade reporting. It used to take 4 months to catch somebody who were doing something illegal. We delivered the system, it takes 1 minute. So if you want to talk about how that will affect government manpower and services, there's your best example.
Efficiency.
Yes.
Our demand is greater than our supply. It's hard to at this moment keep capacity and infrastructure available for every one of them. And so we're working super hard to get there as fast as we can, which is the reason why we're ramping Blackwell so hard.
Blackwell is in transition as we speak. And I quoted yesterday that our current backlog, as a couple of days ago, is more than $3.5 billion. And more than 1/3 of that backlog is Blackwell, which we expect to fulfill during the early part of 2025. Because as Jensen said, he's trying to ramp that capacity in the manufacturing to fulfill all the demand. So we are already have Blackwell receipts in our supply, and then we're going to convert that backlog into revenue as we enter 2025.
I still think NVIDIA is reasonable. It's not cheap. I think it's reasonable, and I think it's more reasonably priced than some of the other better named tech stocks that people have kind of lured themselves into because they see relative value opportunities. I don't get that. And the Blackwell chip, what you're referring to, they might have some manufacturing issues in the first quarter. But the interesting thing is they're so far ahead with the technology that if they have any manufacturing stall, it is going to just delay sales that will come to them on the other side. It's not like they're going to go to Advanced Micro Devices or Intel, the gang that can't shoot straight. They'll be just fine, even if they end up having a manufacturing delay. And hey, we're all human beings. That may happen at some point.
The current estimate is a 17% increase. So it is very bullish. I think we will re-up those tax cuts, that expire at the end of next year. It would help if we got down to a 15% rate that Trump has talked about. I'm not too sure he's going to get too much more than a re-up on that. Deregulation is always good for the market, and particularly good for the small and mid-sized stocks. So, that sector could really shine, while maybe the Mag 7, which incredible 70% return so far this year really might take a rest in the.
Nvidia's record-breaking growth and technological leadership position it as a dominant force in the AI and computing industries. With innovative products like the Blackwell chip and strategic efforts to meet demand, Nvidia is set to achieve its ambitious revenue targets while addressing customer needs for efficiency and cost reduction. Despite market uncertainties, Nvidia's resilience and advancements ensure its continued influence in shaping the future of AI and technology. How will Nvidia's advancements in AI impact industries beyond tech? Can competitors challenge Nvidia's dominance in the AI market?